Thank you for tuning in to our second series of Breadcrumbs podcast with me, your host, Barbara Smith. Gather around with your little ones because it's kids' story time. Hello, everyone, boys and girls, moms and dads, and all of those who are listening from around the world. I'm so glad you could join me. I wanted to let you know today that God can use whatever you have. He's not expecting us to do something that we cannot do. He's not expecting us to give more than we have. He's just wanting us to be willing and give Him our heart. Give Him whatever we might have in our hands to give to Him. And He will always use that and also multiply it. He can take something very small and make it very big. He can always provide anything that we need at all times. So the Bible is full of stories of how Jesus performed miracles when He was walking on the earth. And all of the times when He met people that were in need, He would provide their need. He would give them food. He would heal them. He would heal their eyes, raise from the dead. He even did that. Can you believe it? And so many wonderful stories. And I want to tell you one story about Jesus doing a miracle, performing a miracle, not using something He already had, but using something that someone gave Him. And that someone was a little child. Jesus had been walking and talking and going, and He was so tired. He had been teaching. The crowds of people were always around Him. He was teaching. He had climbed up on top of the mountain so that He could speak and be heard. He had been moving a lot this particular day, and He was very tired. And He thought to Himself, I'm tired. Probably the people are tired, and the people are probably hungry. And so He told His disciples, the disciples were His regular followers, His little circle of friends. He told them to go into town and find food for everyone to eat. They just thought it was hilarious. They didn't know what to do. They said, but Master, there's over 5,000 people here, not including the children and the wives. There's over 5,000 men. And Jesus said, well, let us find food. Let us find someone that has some food that we can share with everyone. They just didn't know what Jesus was going to do. They just were shaking their heads and rolling their eyes. They just did not know what He had in mind. And so they began to look around and going to the different people and asking, do you have anything to eat? Do you have anything to eat? They couldn't find anybody that had any food to eat. Everybody had been following Jesus all day long. Finally, there was a little boy who walked up with his little lunch bag that his mother had probably made for him before he left the house, and he snuck into the crowd of people that was listening to Jesus with his little lunch bag, and he was there just having himself a good old time. And he came up to the disciples and says, I have a little lunch bag. They thought that it was almost ridiculous, but they said, well, the Master, Jesus, needs your lunch. And so He said, I will give my lunch to the Master. And that is how we have to be. What do we have in our hands? It might just be a little old lunch bag. It might just be a book that we can read to someone. It might just be a meal, a hot dog or something in our lunch box that we can share with someone at lunchtime. It might just be kindness that we have that we can give to the Lord to use to help others. It doesn't have to be big, but Jesus will use it, and He will multiply it. To multiply it means to make bigger. He will make it bigger. He will make it enough. He will use it. So they took the little lunch shack to Jesus, and they said, you're not going to believe it, but this is the only thing we found. This is all we have found that is edible. And they looked into the lunch sack. They said, there's 5 loaves and 2 itty-bitty fish. It did not bother Jesus at all. He said, wonderful, bring it to me. And he began to take the bread and the fish out of the bag, put it in his hands, and he began to pray and ask God to bless this food that he had in his hands, that it would feed everyone that was hungry that day, that it would feed the multitude. And he blessed it and gave thanks. And he began to break the bread and give it to the disciples. And he said, go, take the bread and give it to the people. 5,000 men plus all the women and children. They didn't know what was going to happen, but they were going to obey Jesus because they knew and they had seen that he did miracles. They said, okay, they believed him. So they took the bread that each of them had gotten. Now remember, he only had 5 loaves. There were 12 disciples, so he had already broken it off, even more than he already had. He kept giving it. The disciples went around the multitude. They kept giving a loaf to this family, this person. They kept on giving it. It began to multiply and grow until all across the field, all across the mountainside, the whole multitude was fed with 5 little itty-bitty loaves of bread, maybe like a little bread roll, and 2 itty-bitty fish, maybe like a little sardine can size fish. Everybody ate and everybody was full. And when everybody was full, they were all seated and relaxed and full, and they felt good. Jesus said to his disciples, now take some baskets and go and get the remainder, get the leftovers, put it in the basket so that you could have it for later. So there were only 5 little loaves, 2 little fish. Jesus fed himself, his disciples, 5,000 men, all of the women and all of the children with that, because he multiplied it. He made it enough. He made it bigger and multiplied it for everybody to be filled and to have enough. Never forget that what you have is enough for Jesus to use. It is enough for him to multiply. It is enough for him to spread his love wherever you go. His love can be seen through you. It will spread. Maybe just a kind word, maybe a pat on the back. How are you doing? How about just a smile? Somebody may be having a very bad day. You could give them just a small smile that will change their day and change their life when they know that somebody cares. So never forget, whatever you have, all we have to do is give it to the Lord, and he will use it, and he will multiply. Guess what else happened? I'm sure the little boy got to eat as well. So he did not go without his lunch. He also got to eat. God provides for everyone around us when we give what we have, and then he gives us also to eat, and there will be leftovers. There will be plenty to go around. Jesus loves us. He just wants us to be willing and have a willing heart to give him what we have. I hope you guys enjoyed this story of the miracle of Jesus feeding the 5,000, and that you'll have a wonderful day until we meet again. Bye-bye. Thank you for stopping by. That's all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share with your friends. Until next time, bye-bye.